Hello, Mario! In this video, I'm going to take a look at setting up a map file. And what a map file does is it maps all the codes and strings into the various layers and creates symbols and colors and things like that that helps you to determine what your plan is going to look like and makes things generally easier at the get-go. So I'm just going to go to full screen now, and I'm going to go to 12D to start with here, and here's 12D, and this is how we've brought it in. And you'll notice here that if you look at this particular one, we've just got the one model. Everything's been mapped to the unknown model there. So what I'm going to do is just take a look at a little map file that I've set up, and then apply that map file to our data input, and then maybe do a few things to set up and manipulate things with the map file so that you can get things going pretty good. So if you go File IO and into map files and create edit, that's what you end up with there. And I've actually got a little map file here that I've started, so we'll probably just have a look at that usually, and it's called the 2016 Zealandia map file there. So I'm going to just there, and I'm just going to read it in. Okay, so when you've adjusted it, you write it. So read it in, and yeah, and then the best place to start, well, the map file, it has a little header where you can type stuff in, but that's not necessary. But it's the basic is the one there, and basically it works on the key, which are the codes that we're using. So if we just go perhaps upload our go and find our CSV file, 2016 reduced data video. There's our, I'll just get our CSV file there, just get that opened up, and it'll open in Excel here, and we can see that we've got some of our I'll just get 12D perhaps there like that, and we can see that we've got some of our codes. So we've got edge of gravel there, and what that's doing is I'm sending that to an edge of gravel model. I'm just going to change these a bit. I'm just going to take these stars out. I don't need these at this point. So like so, and I'll just put that one at the end. That's just a catch-all. That one at the end just needs to be there. So I'm just going to put those in there. So here, let's just, if we just have a look at this one here, so you just got to make sure you get all your codes covered. So the first code that we've got there is edge of gravel. Usually if you have a particular map file that you're going to use, you use the codes and you don't have to set up the map file. But at this stage here, this is edge of gravel here. So that's a little code that we've got there. I'm going to put that into I give that a name called EOG, and it's going into a model called edge of gravel. It'll be a color white, and it'll be a line, and with a line style. Now the next code that we've got, centerline. So I'm going to give that the name centerline, put it in a model called centerline, and that's going to be red, and that's a line. And then the next one I've got here is the SH, which is spot heights, and I'm going to put that, so that's centerline EFG. I'm going to put that in a layer called name SH and spot heights, and I'm going to give them a magenta color. I'm also going to come down to here to symbols and in string, and the spot height I'm going to give them a the name there, and I'm going to give them a symbol. So I can come into here and choose a symbol. There's all sorts of options available here, so you can choose whatever symbol you want from the ones that are available, and so on. And that's done, but I've happened to chose that one there, and so I'll just go clear there. Just get rid of that. I think that's going to stay all good. Okay, so there's all sorts of things that you can do. Whether a point is tinnable or not. Tinnable means that its height would be included in any tin. We can also look at pipes and things like that, but as these come up, we'll address those and we can put in fills. But generally, the basic one is the one there, and we just address them there. So I'm going to, ideally you have that one at the bottom, because what that does is that one just picks up any codes that's like a wild card. So let's see, we've got we've got TRO, which is trough. So I'm just going to go TRO in there like that. The name, I'll just call it TROUGH for trough. That can go in there. So these can be made a bit bigger if they have to. The model, I'm just going to put that in a model called features. So this is where I'm going to put various, what I would call like sort of miscellaneous sort of things that are little features, if I could only spell it right. Okay, so that'll go in my features model. Color for that, let me think now. So left click, right click for color for the features, or I'll probably put them as orange. That'll do there. This particular one will be a line style at this point, so we can browse, a line, and we'll just go 1 at this stage. Okay, so that's all good. So that's trough done, and then the next one's Bob, bottom of bank. So we'll just insert above, and that will be BOB in there. We'll put that in the in a bottom of bank model. Okay, like that, bottom of bank. So you can make these a bit bigger, like so. Bottom of bank. No, name will be BOB for the name, and then bottom of bank, bottom of bank, and then we can choose a color for that. Let's just go let's just go green for that, bottom of bank. These can be changed, well, pretty easy to change. That's a line, and that'll be 1. Okay, and so on and so on. We can't have a bottom of bank without a top of bank, I wouldn't think. So insert above, so that's TOB, top of bank, TOB for top of bank, top of bank, and we could make this perhaps a dark reddy color. It's a line and it's a 1. Okay, so that's our banks, top of bank, and we've done the spot heights, bottom of bank, top of bank, spot heights. And we could do these ones here now, edge of pond, insert above, so that would be EOP, like so, and EOP. We could just call this pond. Okay, that's all good, and obviously probably want to make that a blue color. Here we go. Left click, right click is generally the thing. Oh, yeah, blue color. It'll do there, and that'll be, again, that'll be a line. You can just type in the name and a 1. Okay, so that's I'm going, obviously there's more to go there, and we just keep going till we get all the codes in. So let's just write that. So that's writing it, so yes, and we'll replace it. Yep, okay, all right, so that's our map file. All right, there. So let's see what we've got, what happens now. So yeah, we'll save the project at this point. So what I'm going to do now is file IO, data input, and data input, and let's have a look at XYZ general. Let's see what we've got for a parameters file, which is that one there, which we will read in. Okay, the file that we want, browse, remember that we're looking for a CSV file, video there, oops, so we want to make sure it's a CSV file, there it is there, that's our file that we're going in, basics, there, we've got to set this for some reason, it's a bit of a, okay, that's all good, the format's unchanged, and then we can go to our map file, and we can just pick our little map file here that we've just created, and fencing is not applying to us at the moment. I'd just like to write this one just before we go, so we can use it next time, and then we can just go read like so. Okay, and we'll just drop that down, and now we can see that what's happened is, if you look here, you can see that we've got a number of different models, and we've got our spot heights in one model, and our top of bank and bottom of bank, and we've got our ponds and things like that. Now we've got a bit of something happening there, as you can see, with a bit of, it looks like a bit of a coding error there. So we'll just get rid of that. So I just want to have a look and see what's happening over there. So we could just, it looks like there's a bit of a funny sort of coding error there. So we could just turn this here on and just look at our string names, and we can see that we've got an edge of pond way over there. Let's do a string inquire. String inquire, and we'll pick that one there, and that's model in the unknown model for some reason, edge of pond. I don't know what's going on there, edge of pond, but we can have a look, and that's vertex ID 3704. So I'll just make a wee note of that on my little bit of paper down here, 3704, and we'll go and have a look at that, 3704. It's definitely not the edge of pond, so we could actually possibly even just go and, because we're still reading them in, we could just go and either delete that one, or it's edge of seal, edge of thing. I think, yeah, we could, that's one of the possible, oh, there's the unknown ones that we were looking at before as well, that we had a little bit of an issue with, unknown there. And they're creating these these lines that go all the way across here. See, we've got an unknown one there. So we could probably take out those three unknown ones. They could just be deleted, which would probably sort out that problem. And then 3704 could probably be taken out as well. And then we can see how that happens next time. So yeah, that's I'll just turn off this text. That's a little bit mind numbing or things. And yeah, that might sort out these long lines and indicate coding errors. So we can yeah, go and have a look at see how that goes. So yeah, so that's little with the map file there. We can obviously add some things to that and just keep inputting our data and updating our data until we get it you know, into a point where we're pretty happy with it, and then we'll start moving ahead, drawing our topo, getting some contours and that sort of thing. So cheers, see you.